How does the world end? T.S. Eliot suggested a whim, or could it end with a bang too? People have been thinking about the end times since we first thought about our death. Most threats to our early existence came from phenomena beyond our control, such as large volcanic eruptions, floods, plagues, and ice ages, just to name a few. Over time, traditional biological, chemical, nuclear warfare, and environmental degradation have become the greatest threats to our survival. You are watching the channel Mr.FactHunter, and in today's video, we're going to be talking on 10 disasters that could end humanity. So, let's get into it. Number 10. Global warming. Global warming is one of the greatest threats to humankind. Last year's UN report warned that the planet had only about 12 years left to make changes to curb global warming. Scientists warn of many catastrophic scenarios such as storms, rising sea levels, long-term droughts, famines, and illness if we don't act swiftly. Climate change is mainly caused by an increase in carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in the Earth's atmosphere, including fossil fuel emissions. However, burning fossil fuels can also have a direct impact on human health. This is because the polluted air contains small particles that can invade the lungs and heart, or into the bloodstream, causing a stroke or heart attack. These particles can directly damage organs or cause an inflammatory response when the immune system tries to fight them off. Air pollution is estimated to cause premature deaths of 3.6 to 9 million people annually. Number 9. Global war. World wars can include traditional conflicts, biological and chemical warfare, and of course, nuclear warfare. There is concern that traditional warfare can escalate to any or all of the latter consequences. During World War I, war nations used chemical weapons such as poisonous gas, and more recently, Iraq and Syria used chemical weapons against their enemies and their own people. Both the United States and the Soviet Union experimented with bacterial warfare during the Cold War. We have approached nuclear war many times since the beginning of the nuclear era, including the Cuban Missile Crisis. Although the Cold War ended a generation ago, Russia, China, and the United States still possess large amounts of nuclear weapons. Other members of the Atomic Club are North Korea, India, and Pakistan. Number 8. Black holes. A black hole is an area in space that captures other objects because the attractive force is so strong that light cannot escape. The strength of the gravitational force is due to the amount of material compressed in a very small space. When a star dies, a black hole is created. Researchers believe that the Milky Way alone has about 10 million black holes. Black holes give little warning about those directions. Black holes don't even have to get going to cause a disaster. Just crossing the solar system can disrupt the orbits of our planet as well as other planets. It will cause catastrophic climate change. Number 7. Solar flares. Solar flares are giant magnetic collisions from the sun that collide with the Earth with subatomic particles. We are protected from the effects of normal solar flare by the atmospheric and Earth's magnetic fields. However, so-called super flares, which are millions of times stronger than normal ones, could burn the Earth and begin to eradicate the ozone layer. Fortunately for us, there is no evidence that our sun shows such behavior. Still, scientists don't know why superflares occur. In 1859, the worst solar storm ever recorded destroyed telegraph lines, basically the internet of the time, and burned it. Solar flares have caused power outages in parts of the world over the past few decades. The largest solar flare in history was recorded in 2003, but at an angle that allowed Earth to avoid its full brunt. Number 6. Gamma ray bursts. Gamma rays are the most dangerous form of radiation. Gamma ray bursts are likely to result from the fusion of two dying stars and can penetrate almost anything, including walls. This event creates a powerful energy beam that shoots charged particles into space with a spectacular burst of light. This is spectacular for astronomers, but can be fatal to anything within 3,000 light-years of the event. When the Earth is exposed to gamma-ray bursts, radiation destroys our atmosphere and produces nitrogen oxides, a gas that destroys the ozone layer. Without the ozone layer, the sun's UV rays reach the surface unimpeded, clearing plankton in the ocean, releasing oxygen into the atmosphere, breaking the food chain, and other serious consequences such as skin cancer. Fortunately for us, gamma-ray bursts are so far away that scientists believe they are rare. According to Fox, gamma-ray bursts occur every 10 million years in the average galaxy. Number 5. Pandemics. There was no shortage of catastrophic pandemics in all of human history. The plague of Justinian virtually destroyed the Byzantine Empire in the 6th century. Bubonic plague in the 14th century is estimated to have killed 1/3 of the European population. The Spanish flu killed millions 100 years ago. The recent outbreak of COVID-19 virus reminds us that the modern world is not without deadly viruses. Our world is more connected than ever. That is, the disease can spread rapidly throughout the globe. Diseases that we thought we had defeated, like cholera, became resistant to antibiotics. Number 4. Artificial intelligence. Robotic takeover of civilization has been an integral part of science fiction since the genre was first created. Hans Moravec, an artificial intelligence expert at Carnegie Mellon University, believes that artificial intelligence can surpass that of humans and merge with humans to create a new post-biological lifestyle. Other scientists like Marvin Minsky, called the, quote, father of artificial intelligence, have predicted that humans can effectively download their brains to computer-controlled units and access endless files of information and experience. Of course, this raises the question of whether this is the end of mankind as we know it. Others have other concerns about the rise of artificial intelligence. Astrophysicist Stephen Hawking, entrepreneur Elon Musk, and Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates are all warning about AI. At the core of artificial intelligence is building machines that can think and act intelligently, including tools such as Google's search algorithms and machines that enable self-driving cars. Most applications today are designed to have a positive impact on humankind, but when they fall into the hands of malicious people, powerful tools can be used for harmful purposes. Today, we have realized applied AI. This is an AI that does tight work such as face recognition, natural language processing, and internet search. Ultimately, experts in this field are working on artificial intelligence. The system can handle any task that intelligent people can perform, and perhaps beat us with one of them. Number 3. Alien invasion. The mission of the SETI Institute, a nonprofit scientific organization, is to, quote, explore, understand, and explain the origin and nature of life in space and the evolution of intelligence. So far, no signal has been received from it. But what if we get in touch? Are the encounters friendly or hostile? Books, movies, and television shows have explored these possibilities. Even harmless encounters can be fatal to humankind. When Europeans arrived in the Western Hemisphere in the 15th century, they accidentally brought in illness and destroyed indigenous peoples. If aliens arrive here, such fate can occur to humankind. Number 2. Nanotechnology disaster. Research on nanotechnology or small particle technology has great scientific perspectives for medical, military, and home use. However, some experts, such as engineer K. Eric Drexler, believe that nanotechnology could be abused by terrorists and wipe out the biosphere after an accident. If you're awake at night and worried about this scenario, scientist Robert A. Freitas Jr. has studied the possibility of the end of this world. He recognized the imminent gray goo event and concluded that it would stop in time. Number 1. Overpopulation. Paul Ehrlich, a professor of biology at Stanford University, warned of overpopulation in his 1968 book, Population Bomb. His prediction of starvation of hundreds of millions of people in the 1970s did not come true, but he believes that overpopulation remains a threat because billions of people are malnourished. Famous astrophysicist Stephen Hawking also warned of overpopulation that could lead to the end of the world. In his speech in Norway in June 2017, Hawking stated that the only hope for survival was to colonize another world. What are your thoughts on it? Let us know in the comment box below. And if you like this video, then don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you share it with your friends before calling it a day.